Podcast, you can't win. I touch black and whites just by stroking my chin. Tell Marva got a plan if he just sit in. And we can be the sons and thus fit in. Talking a good game, topics never lame. Conversations just the same right before they left the brain. Seriously funny, but if you take us seriously, you end up smiling. If not, laugh hilariously. And every Tuesdays we're on the one, so stay in tune before noon. It's the Podical Sons.
It's ridiculously funny.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us have law degrees. I am marvelous.
And I'm not your average, not so drunk this week, Josephs.
Yikes. And we are the Podical. I'm a sober son. I know about that motherfucker.
I'm sober this
Let's
week,
start
man.
the damn
I'm sober.
show.
It's a little mishap. It's a little small.
Bro, you are not a young kid. You can't fuck. You can't get college wasted, man.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta relive life, man. You gotta, no matter what it brings you.
And when you bow down to that porcelain god, he'll let you know for a fact
that I'm not young.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, hands and knees and the.
I said a little bit too much. It was a celebration, man. A celebration of life, a celebration of 100. I think.
No. It was my 100th episode. It was your 10,000th episode.
Got a little bit.
That's the reason why you were fucking around drinking like that.
Got a little bit carried away. Just a little bit.
Little. You couldn't even fucking recuperate for the following day.
I was finished the next day.
Yeah, I know. Try to check up on you and everything. You didn't hear my insults, nothing, whatever. You brushed off everything.
I wasn't trying to pay you. You're my favorite cousin and everything, but I wasn't trying to pay you no mind that day.
I went to the bottom of the stairs like, pussy! You didn't even flinch. You didn't even flinch. I was like, oh, he's not coming on. I was like, wow, he broken. He broken.
That was disturbed.
But
I bounced back, okay?
You bounced back? You're good to go?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
We got other engagements and stuff, whatever, even next weekend. Are you prepped for that?
I'll be ready. I'll be ready. I'm gonna throw in some young boy sports during this week to kind of,
to kind of balance you back, to climb back to top?
Exactly.
Okay, so it's like fight training.
Exactly.
Gotcha,
by the time we get to the weekend, we'll be good.
Understood.
How you been, man?
Been great, man. I've been great.
Looking great.
Bless your kind soul.
Looking great.
Bless your kind heart. We out here trying to do the ones and twos and everything and enjoy life, having the convos and everything like
doing
that.
This working, man. Keep doing it, bro.
Bless your heart. And, we get into some convos and the convos kind of blend into some questions of the week and everything like that.
Always.
Because, we with the hot topics and the shits and all the above and stuff, whatever.
Yes.
So now, let's get to this. Can a man take a woman on a date for $28? Now that came from the 100th show.
That was from the 100th show.
But
before we go any further, let's let the audience know who haven't seen the 100th show yet. Let them know what we decided on.
So in a collective and stuff, whatever, we both agreed in the end. You persuaded me.
Yes.
You persuaded me in conversation and stuff, whatever. I'm like, it can't go down, but I'm like, yo, you're kind of cheap.
It's impossible.
It was kind of cheap. Yeah, it was like, I was with it. Like,
Yeah.
you changed my mind. I was
Right.
like, that's some cheap ass shit. Hell no and stuff, whatever. Because I'm thinking, well, my gold digging ass. If I was a woman, I'd be an ultimate gold digger.
It wouldn't happen.
But then I'm looking at stuff with it's a level of creativity.
Right.
And if we're talking about like first engagements and everything, it's good because you can gauge if you like the person or not.
Yeah.
With just straight conversation.
Yeah.
Because if I was a woman, I wouldn't want to be on a date with somebody I'm not feeling and stuff like that. And now this person thinks I'm obligated to give them something because they pay for like this $100 meal.
Exactly.
Whatever, right? So when you persuaded me, I was like, it can go down, whatever. But, to our listeners and stuff and everything out there, our listeners out there, especially like one of the listeners, she got to it. She kind of brought back the sonic boom effect.
She brought back the boom?
She brought back the boom and stuff for her. She's like, contrary to what you believe, Marv, I'm on smooth side with this one.
Team smooth.
I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, it's the quality of woman that can appreciate a $28 date. I was like, damn, coming from a woman. I was like, so the conversation bled out. It spilled out the studio.
Right.
Spilled out to your family.
Yeah.
Your wife was, she wasn't having it.
She wasn't having it. She wasn't having it.
Your daughter, she not having it.
No, they weren't having it.
I called my auntie.
Yeah.
She not having that shit.
Having it. She wasn't having it.
She's like,
and I was starting to feel a little bit defeated with my 28 bucks.
Because so many people are shooting it down.
Right.
Your wife is shooting it down. Your daughter is shooting it down. I'm looking like, bro, I think we kind of put our couple, we fucking can't reach it.
Right.
But then I'm like, we start calling some other women. Yeah. And we call some men too.
Yeah.
And we call some other women like, of course you can. He just has to be creative with it. I'm like, ding, 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 ding.
Mm.
And then the chimes start coming in and stuff, whatever. Some of the women are married women.
I think after the second or the third call when we got a yay, it was like, okay, now we really have to start polling. So then we started hammering the phone after that.
We started hammering the phone and stuff. So then now when we had the conversation and stuff for that, because when your daughter called her peoples, they're like, what did she say? I think the greatest thing she said, what are we eating? Sandwiches?
I can't even buy a bottle of wine.
Yo, it can't cover my surfing turf.
Yeah.
That's the line that hurt me.
I was like, it couldn't cover the surfing turf.
We had to go on fucking Webster's dictionary to kind of get the definition of a date. Definition by Webster and Google: a social or romantic engagement. That's it. And this ain't no breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch, nothing. Nothing.
No. See, I think when people hear the term date, they automatically assume that you're going out to eat. Not only that you're going out to eat, but you're going out to eat at a restaurant. Mm-hmm. It's like, I think that's the first image that kind of conjures up in people's minds when they heard the word date.
It's not a booty call. They're looking for foodie calls.
Foodie calls.
They're looking for foodie calls. Yeah. We said it before. So they're looking just to get fed.
Yeah.
I asked some women and stuff for them at work and everything like that. One woman looked at me. She's like, look here. Her background is Somalian. She's like, in my culture, I'll tell you this straight goods. I'm not going to go get dressed up and stuff, whatever, to go on a damn picnic. It's like, holy fuck.
Why are they shooting out my picnic idea, though, man? The picnic idea.
Yo.
And then we researched what would constitute as a romantic date. And I said picnic. Yeah. We looked up picnic. And they had
a whole slew what you could do for the date. Be like, yo, as long as you got the basket, and the blanket, that's a date.
That's the date.
Whatever you choose to get with it and stuff to add to it, that's all on you. We just kept in mind for under the $28 mark, that it can be done.
Right. So, I mean, okay, and then we put the poll up in the middle of the week.
87% said yes, you can take a woman out on a date for $28.
All right, so we can rest this one we can lay this one to rest.
Put in the bed. It's going $28.
$28. Y'all are good out there. You know what I mean?
Don't feel the type of way if you voted the other type of way. The other one now, the other question and stuff is, can you still love someone and cheat on them?
Right.
What was your answer to that?
I think my answer was yes to that.
Yeah? I say no. I got to hear you now. Hear me out. Let's do a little deep dive, shall we? Why?
Well, there's times where you're going to probably be maybe at odds with a person.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't necessarily mean that you no longer love the person, but just that moment of time, y'all not seeing eye to eye.
So you're looking at another woman's whispering eye. You're looking at another woman's vagina then.
I think in that lends itself for a moment of weakness, both races, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lends itself to a moment of weakness. Now, in that moment of weakness, anything is possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does not necessarily mean you don't love that person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you might catch yourself now and say, oh man, I really fucked up. This, that, and the third, right?
Because the cleanup's real.
If you find yourself having, here's how you know. If you don't find yourself being remorseful or having any sort of remorse after that situation, then I would think there's no feelings left for that person that you're with.
Yeah, I can see that to an extent, whatever, right? Because I look at it and stuff as that I see where you guys are coming from and stuff, whatever, but if you really and truly have love for me, you want to do the things that you do.
Mm.
And so my thing and stuff is that even in your weakest and vulnerable moment, whatever, like I think the main thing everybody should get established and stuff is no relationship is perfect.
Exactly.
So if you're gonna fuck up and stuff and even get to that point, whatever, of cheating, then that's it. Then like, yo, you gotta weigh out the pros and cons. You have to be held accountable for everything and stuff that you do, but no one wants to hold himself accountable. And that's the dance that I'm looking at. So I'm looking like, if it was the other way around, I cuss her out.
Right.
And if it was me doing the cheating and stuff, whatever, after I get the nut off, I'm fully to blame.
Yeah.
Babe, I'm sorry. I slipped up but I still love you though. Love should have brought your ass home last night.
No one's excusing you. You're still gonna be the.
Is that Tony Braxton?
Is it Tony?
I feel like it's Tony. Yeah.
No one is excusing you though. You're still gonna be blamed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, does that mean you don't love that person? If you accept responsibility for what you've done,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're remorseful for what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
It should have never happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
You realize that you've hurt that person, and then in turn of hurting that person, you realize you've hurt yourself.
Mm.
Wouldn't you consider that love?
Fuck no.
What would you consider?
Your lust is higher than your love. Your lust is higher than your love. How?
People lust, people love, people like.
I've fallen in like with tons of women before. I can tell you that for a fact.
Can people do all three?
At once? I'm not that multi-talented.
You're not that multi-talented.
I'm not that multi-talented. Either I love you, I might lust after you.
All right. Because we've had this conversation, and I think my wife was a part of this conversation the other day.
Mm.
And I think she asked, or she was speaking to somebody, and they asked, if you're with somebody, why would you necessarily need to watch porn? Right? That was the question.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. We said it's possible for you to still love that person, right? And watch porn.
Right.
Right? If you're watching porn would be what? That would be considered lust?
Yeah. Fuck it. We're Podical sons. We'll run with it. Lust.
That would be considered lust.
We're lust.
Right?
Run with lust.
But you still love your wife.
Right.
So you can lust and love at the same time.
Right. But you're jerking it to somebody who's not there compared to fucking the person who's actually there. So where are we going with this? I'm trying to see your part.
But I'm just saying.
You're reaching. You're about to pull your back out on this shit.
You're lusting after that. You know you're never going to have that person.
There might be a cam away.
Yeah, it might
there's
be
a lot of OnlyFans.
Might be a cam away, but until then, you're lusting at after that person.
Right.
You have your wife that you're going to love.
Right. But lust, I want to say lust, the way you're describing and stuff, whatever, is more of a thought compared to acting on it, whatever. That's a different dance. So when you're fucking another person and stuff, whatever, you're acting on that lust.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, clearly your lust is stronger than your love at that moment, even a quote unquote vulnerable moment.
At that vulnerable moment. Like I said.
Yeah. I don't want no vulnerable woman.
Yeah, you don't want no vulnerable woman.
Don't call me if you're vulnerable.
Want no vulnerable women.
Hell no. I don't want no vulnerable women like
no vulnerable men.
In that extent, no, if you vulnerable like that and stuff, babe, it's not what it was. His dick was standing up, and then remember you argued about fish and chips, and I didn't want fish and chips that Friday. I wanted steak, so I jumped on his tube steak. Nah, I keep that shit. Keep that shit.
You keep that shit?
You keep that shit over there.
All right. So what was the founding tally for that one?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
You can still love someone and cheat on them, whatever. I was like, y'all been through some chronicles like Narnia. Y'all put up with some bullshit because I ain't putting up with the shits.
I tell you.
So good luck to y'all. Assalamu alaikum.
I tell you, a lot of people are around today because parents pulled up with that bullshit.
Parents, I guess.
Yeah. I
guess.
mean, if we want to be real about it,
let's only be real and stuff for that. That's what I'm
saying.
But my thing and stuff is that I look at and stuff is that you have to do whatever it takes and stuff for that, and you cheat on the right person. If you cheat on the wrong person and stuff for them, they let you know their deal breaker, and you did that. You did their deal breaker and stuff, whatever. Why would they sit around? That means they're not a person true to their word.
But okay, let me ask you this: they say love conquers all, right?
Yeah, but it should have conquered your lust.
Hold on. If they say love conquers all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you're the person that it happened to, right? Love conquers all. You're the person that you were the one that cheated. You were cheated on, right?
Okay.
Now, the person shows signs of remorse, this, that, and the third, and you believe that person. You feel the person is genuine and how they feel. They slipped up, they made a mistake.
Genuine, because I start dancing and don't say pony now. Yeah.
You're starting to feel confident
Mm-hmm.
in that person is being totally honest, 100%. They made the mistake.
Right.
Does the love for you that you have for that person say, okay, you know what? Let's make this and let's see if it happens? Or do you just say, fuck it, I love this person, but I can't bother. I can't bother giving this person another chance. I'm just gonna stop it right here and then.
How do you gain back the trust? That's my thing. How do you gain back the trust? Because my trust and stuff is damn near shattered right there. My trust is shattered. So if it gets done to me and stuff, whatever, I'm like, let me hear whatever theory you got to build back the trust.
Well, there's got to be something that you're gonna put in place to build back the trust. Of course, your trust is gonna be shattered.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. My thing and stuff is that I don't know if I can trust like that and stuff, whatever, afterwards, whatever, because now I have the shadow of a doubt, whatever, that kind of linger around and stuff, whatever. And my question is, do I have the time and the sanity for it? If I'm in a younger heyday or something like that, whatever, I might be able to bounce back more better compared to if I'm older or something like that, whatever, where this shit now start fucking with my system. Might have a heart attack from it, whatever, and everything like that. Be like, I cheated. My dentures fell out, but I cheated. Be like, this is it. Elizabeth, take me now. Like, these type of things, stuff people aren't weighing in and stuff, whatever, right? And that's the thing that always kills me stuff. I'm like, yo, people forget and stuff, whatever, because if you confess or you got caught and stuff and everything, you're like, okay, the cat's out the bag. I still love you and everything like that, whatever. You can't think about that from your point of view. You gotta look at the other person's point of view and stuff, whatever, too. Yeah. So you gotta do everything what it takes stuff to kind of build back the trust. Yeah. 100%. So even if it feels like you're taking away part of your integrity or your sense of being and stuff, whatever, your overall goal should be to mend everything and by all means. And
you know that.
And some people don't do that. And some people lose their mind and stuff in the process.
But this is what I'm saying. This is part of you understanding what you've done and being remorseful about it. Because if you're truly remorseful about it, then you're gonna do everything in your power to rebuild that trust. Gotcha. Right? And if you don't give a shit, then you don't care and you're not trying to rebuild.
And that's something I'm just trying to hear a 10-point plan. Yeah. I'm just trying to hear a 10-point plan and stuff, whatever. Because once you lay out your plan and stuff, whatever, now I gotta see if actions speak louder than your words. Exactly. And if you say X, Y, and Z, and I don't see no change.
Now you're really paying attention to the actions.
Yeah, you have to. Right. You have to, because if you've been the one that been cheated on and stuff, whatever, like I said, sometimes them red flags turn to 6 flags, especially when you're horny. You be like, he ain't shit. He ain't shit.
You jump on the roller coaster?
And then next thing you know, she's like, after my period, I get kind of horny. I just want to ride it just a little bit. Just a tip. I'm still mad at you, though, but it's just a tip. It's... Get a bit dodgy there, mate. No, chick. If I ever, I don't think I ever see a chick ride a dick like that before. No? Like, yeah, you got some epic type of women and stuff in your life and everything. They do on the. I don't like when women do the slow grind. Yeah. On top, it does nothing for me. It does everything for you. Serge, I'm there like this. She's there. I'm up and down, boo, please, please, up and down.
The pelvic grind.
Yeah.
There's no barrier.
I'm like, what are you doing? You trying to spell coconuts with your waist? See? See?
Ladies, we'll let you know from now, when you're doing work like that, just the base of the penis, the part that really needs no stimulation at all. Yeah, that's probably the only part that's really feeling anything. Up top here where the head is, hi, remember us up here? Yeah, we're absolutely feeling nothing.
Just Kegel in between your grind. Just Kegel in between your grind.
Kegel and grind if you're going to
Kegel in between your grind. Every time a man says Kegel, a woman Kegels. Kegel, boo. All right, man. Let me ask you this now. After these California wildfires, are we still going to keep doing fucking gender reveals? I hate gender reveals. Okay. Hate is a strong word. I dislike the fuck out of them. Okay. Does that equate to my hate?
When did I'm trying to understand this now. When did gender reveals become so elaborate that you got? Was it fireworks they were trying to set up?
It was like a little firework explosion to say that it was a boy. Right. And then it went boom, but they did it in a field area where there's a whole bunch of dry grass. Yeah. Because we know California don't see rain like that.
Yeah, of course. Right? Yeah.
Boom, boom, it went off and stuff, whatever. And of course, it's in a circumference, a circle area. The flames are gonna spread. It kind of moved faster than they anticipated. So they just kind of try to douse as much as they can.
Right.
Wasn't happening. Kind of moved faster than that.
This is California, bro.
Here we are, baby.
This is California, bro.
Here we are.
You drop a cigarette in that biatch. It's up in flames.
Exactly.
It's up in flames. Funny thing is that, okay, well then you definitely know that they didn't take no precautions in dealing with the fireworks.
Precaution what?
Because, listen, they did some fireworks on Victoria Day just out in the park there.
And they had firefighters on standby.
They had it quartered off. They had dug a pit, what you're supposed to do, right? And make sure everything was clear. That's just...
First of all, you're expecting too fucking much, okay? So
that's a lot of work to do during the gender reveal part.
Yo, they don't give a shit. I don't like gender reveal. I think I got suckered into going to one.
Yeah.
And I've been on my guard and stuff since. I thought it was a regular ass barbecue. And I'm there eating my food, probably sucking on my finger and stuff from the barbecue and everything. They're like, all right, everybody, gonna reveal the gender. I was like, gender what? You're a woman. He's a man. Where are we going with this? Yeah, then they see like a string of big balloons, and they all got popped off at the same time. Blue. It's a boy. I'm like, is that gender reveal bullshit? Y'all didn't tell me this. I would have never came to this shit. Even my godson's parents and stuff, whatever. They're like, yo, Marv, we just let you know he's a boy, whatever. We're doing a little gender reveal thing. We know you're not for that. I'm like, I like the way how y'all fucking think.
Right.
I waste my damn time and stuff for that. Attention. So attention. And in this case, whatever, this shit just blew up, literally, and went too far. Some of these things and stuff where they can go too far, whatever. I don't feel like they're necessary.
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary. But doesn't mean I'm not for it. And then look, this is people in California have to pay for this and stuff, whatever. Pay for the cost of one couple's gender reveal.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, sucks, whatever, right? I'm not for it, but I looked at it, I'm like, yo, would gender reveal still be the same and stuff now? Because, I mean, this is always going to be in the back of somebody's mind. Let's do a gender reveal. You remember California?
Yeah.
2020 California?
I think gender reveals going forward will probably just be minus the firecrackers. Minus the pyrotechnics.
Anybody digging no damn pit, man? He went into her pit. That's why she's pregnant.
That's it. That's all the explosion you need.
That's it. A white explosion. So let's talk about Kanye real quick. First of all, we never fall short talking about Kanye on this bitch. So I actually want to say salute to Yeezy.
he's a topic holder, man. He's a topic holder. He finds his way to keep himself currently speaking about.
Yeah. He has a natural knack for that.
Yeah.
He has a natural knack for that and stuff for that. When he feels like no one's paying him no attention, boom. He wants to make sure the world pays him attention.
I think he's got it to the point where he's got an attention meter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when he feels it slowly coming down,
he does whatever.
He's got like a threshold. He's got a threshold point where it says, "Oh no, it can't reach below here." Once it reaches below here or getting closer here, I gotta do something wild.
And just go beep,
just push
beep,
it back up.
Beep, 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 beep,
push it back up.
So let's talk about his fight for freedom and creative. Freedom for the creative.
Freedom for the creatives, which is, I mean, we'll talk about that, but I mean, Joe Budden from the podcast, Joe Budden podcast, fighting a similar, and we'll talk about the comparison because we're podcasters doing something. We own our own stuff, and the bigger we get, these are things that we're gonna have to look out for as far as traversing the landscape.
Okay.
Anybody wanting to do business with us, we gotta be on our P's and Q's and kind of, suss out what is good for us from what is not good for us.
Okay.
Right? What benefits us from what not benefits us. So there's some stuff in here that might equate and some stuff that we can just throw to the wayside. Okay, so let's start with.
You better go with everything that might equate with us, because other than that, whatever.
All right, so let's start with Kanye's rant, and then I'll pull out whatever equates to us.
So, okay, Kanye just said that his battle for his masters and stuff, whatever, is not an easy one, and he took it to Twitter.
Right.
He took it to Twitter, and in so many words and stuff, whatever, he basically just said he's like, they're not letting her go his masters, and everybody needs to watch their deals because it was a string of tweets.
Yes.
There's a string of tweets and stuff for that he went in and stuff whatever. Like I said, like you said, meter was going down,
Right.
and he's like beep 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 beep
Bump it
beep.
back up.
The string of tweets
Bump it
kind
back
of
up.
bumped it right back up,
Right.
whatever, right? Kanye to me is a bad businessman when it comes to the music side.
Right.
You're saying no. I'm saying yes, he is, because this is not Kanye's first dance at the rodeo. This is not his first rodeo
Right.
and everything like that. And in any case, if we're looking at from the powers that be and stuff, whatever, if you have a icon,
Mhm.
Kanye's an icon.
Mhm.
He's not just a regular rapper.
Right.
You have an icon like this and stuff and everything. And you know, by any means, you can hold on to the icon, even pertain to like that music side and stuff, whatever.
Yes.
Would you let it go as a business person?
No.
Exactly. So nothing that's said about from his side, stuff and how the industry is, shouldn't shock anybody. Because I feel like everybody should take a look at it from the business side, from the other side of the equation.
Look, Nas can't even buy his masters back from his first single.
Right.
From his first
First
album.
album, right.
He's still arguing about that. De La Soul, they've been raped, right? I mean, there's so much countlesses that fall in this. So we're very familiar of the situation.
Correct.
And what he's talking about.
Correct.
All right. His angle, it's always hard to tell with Kanye, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we know he can be, as you say, narcissistic,
Mhm.
self-centered, and we always got to look out for what could be necessarily behind what he's doing, right?
Okay.
And I think that's what you're alluding to when you say
He does it for himself.
he's doing it for himself.
He's
right?
just writing the noise and stuff, whatever, to the people who are not. They might be in a similar boat, but they're not in his boat.
Right.
So it's kind of like his boat's a fucking yacht, while your boat might be a friggin' little rowboat.
Right.
And everything like that. You're like, can you believe this shit? We can't get where we're going and stuff like that, whatever. Be like, you have a bigger engine. I have arms.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm independent over here. You got other things to rely on to get you where you need to go. But
Yeah.
continue.
Well, I mean, even with him having things to rely on where he needs to go, if he wants, he's a perfect candidate of somebody, if they wanted to go independent right now, could do it and could be very successful at it. He's one that I look at. Drake, I look at that way.
Mhm.
Rihanna, like these really big names who I think have exceeded the machine. Right?
Yeah.
They can break away and be independent and be successful. A lot of the independent artists that we see now who are successful, they've pushed to get there. And even if even when pushing to get there,
Mhm.
they'll plateau, right?
Right.
Now, in order to get past that plateau, they partner up, right? So Russ has been independent for the longest time. His last album, he cut I think it was either a distribution deal
Mhm.
or there's another deal that they're doing right now where they don't do any of the publishing stuff like that. It's
Some of that.
behind the
Yeah,
scenes
some
work.
of that.
Yeah, somebody that they do
Yeah.
do the behind the scenes work. So you're still a company, but somebody does the behind the scenes. So they have a deal that they strike like that, right? They make those deals because they understand, even with the level of success
Mhm.
that they have, right? They're only gonna plateau without going past gatekeepers,
That's fine.
right? So
That's
now,
understood.
okay,
This
so
is
now,
the reason why they partner up.
So you partner up,
Right.
So you partner up to get past those gatekeepers,
Right. But Kanye got past the gatekeeper.
That's what I said. He's
Then-
one of those few that you're sitting with most of those gatekeepers.
Right.
Those gatekeepers know you. So if you go independent today, you can do business with those gatekeepers. Right. I think the problem is now when Kanye says that, you're right, he's being narcissistic because there's a lot of people who are not in that position to do that. A lot of people will need the machine. A lot of people will need
Yes.
need a partnership or something heading into that. Now, in all honesty, what you really want to do is be able to own your masters.
Yes.
But
as a musician,
we
seen Lauryn Hill.
You want to be able to own your masters. I encourage anybody who possibly can at this stage to own your own masters. But let's face it, if you, it's gonna be either of the two. You're either gonna own your own masters or you're gonna want to reach a level of success. Well, if you're gonna want to reach a level of success and already have proven yourself here,
right?
Then what are you willing to give now over here?
Your
for
first
your
two albums.
success?
Give your first two albums. That's fine.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. You give College Dropout. You give Late Registration. You negotiate. Life is not. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate.
Get what you negotiate.
You negotiate Graduation.
Right.
You negotiate. What's the other one? My Dark Twisted Fantasy. You negotiate Yeezus.
Right.
You don't just keep doing these things and stuff, whatever, and not look at it. He's been at several different tables and stuff. By that time, he already been at Nike. He's been at other companies and stuff, whatever. He's been in the alcohol. He's been in the fashion thing.
So now we're born. So now, like I said, we're boiling down to what I said was bad business practices, as far as not necessarily or solely on the music side of things, but just bad business. Period. Right. Because remember, at one point he declared bankruptcy. Yeah. Right. He said he had all these things that's going out, and nothing comes. He's being, I need this person to give me a loan. I need it. He was short on cash. Mm-hmm. Right. So now, we're looking at it from the record side of things, right, and how these people get trapped. I was explaining it to you earlier when we were talking. How a lot of these people get trapped is, if you're signing a 5-album deal, right? In order for you to get out of that contract, is one, to create the 5 albums, right? After you create the 5 albums, you have no more albums to give, right? Right. But you may still owe money, right? So this is where the whole trap comes in. Is that what I was trying to tell you before, but maybe not explain it as clearly. No.
Okay. Sum it up. All right, because
so now
I don't want to get too much into it, whatever, where it doesn't benefit like the average person and stuff when they know for a fact that this story has been a continuous story over the decades.
Okay, well, let's go why some of these people can't buy back some of the masters. Right. Okay, so like I said, you let's say we'll make it real short. You have a 3-album deal, mm-hmm. right? Your first album they give you $150,000, mm-hmm. right? You say, okay, cool. You take that $150,000, you create the album, right? Now that $150,000 that they give you to create the album, that was just to create the album. Right. They're still that's not including the machine stuff. The machine is responsible for the machine stuff. They just gave you the money to do your thing, right? Right. So you do your thing. They're machining away over there. They're pumping through. You make back $100,000. Right.
You owe them $50.
You owe them $50. Right. So you say, shit, I gotta now pay off this $50. I still owe them $50. So you say, okay, all right, I gotta work on my next album, generate more money to pay off that $50, right? Right. Well, you're 50 in the hole. You need to make another album, but you don't got no more money to make another album. So they give you another advance. This advance they might give you the same, right? Mm-hmm. If you did really well, they might bump it up, right? And say and give you 200, right? So okay, you get 200. It's really 250 because you owe the 50, right? Now, by the time your 3rd album comes around, you're saying to yourself, shit, I sold 200 the last time, right? But I said they gave you 250 for
two. Yeah, you owed
50. Yeah, you sold 200, right? You're 50. So you still say yourself, okay, at least I didn't go bad from what I'm owing, right? Right. Let me see what's going on now. The 4th album comes in. You say,
you third.
The third album comes in now. You did a little bit better than the 250. Right. Now, so they bump you up now. They give you 250. So you have 250 plus the 50 already owed. 300. Right. Right. This album was didn't do so good. You only sold maybe 100,000. Right. So now you owe 200,000. Right. Right. Let's say by the time you reach your 5th album,
why are you going that far if you're already that much in a hole?
Well, if you're that much in a hole, you still owe.
Right, but then this is where you have to make sure the entity or whatever name you're running with, whatever, even like Britney Spears and stuff, whatever, Limited or whatever the fuck, has other ventures. Cologne, perfume, all this type of stuff. You have you're building your brand.
But guess what? Now, at one point, right? But you have to understand, when you see all these artists building other brands, you also have to be sure of what their contract is stating. Because a lot of times,
that's it. He has to make sure
a lot of these times, when they sign the original contract, they a lot of them sign rights away for that stuff.
That's
not knowing.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's not a good thing, it's cool. But my thing and stuff is, you have to hold yourself accountable. You're an adult. If you're in a position of stuff where you signed the first one and you realize you owe them something and stuff, whatever, lawyer the fuck up. Don't spend this shit on granny's new car or other surgery. Lawyer the fuck up before you get to the second one. You're making an excuse for them.
Listen, they all have lawyers. Contracts are written. Listen,
and I get that.
Contracts are written with all clauses and back outs. So you can have it's at the end of the day, you're gonna have to give something.
Of course, but that's what I'm saying.
You're gonna have to give to take.
Why would you do a second contract when you already owe from the first contract to go deeper in the hole?
Because if you don't, well then how do you pay back for the first contract?
Tour. There's other endorsements, other things and stuff to build your brand.
When you tour, right? The tour money, where do you think the tour money is going?
Back to them,
right?
But that's what I'm saying. You're not. I don't think we're on the same page and stuff with this. What I'm telling you. Go ahead.
Okay, let's say you owe $50,000.
Right.
You're gonna go tour, right?
Right.
What are you gonna use to pay for the tour? Because you can't just tour without. You have to pay for the tour. What are you gonna use to pay for the tour?
The advance money.
You spent you use the advance money to make the album.
So then you gotta hustle hard then, because that's what I'm saying. Your thing and stuff is you're building a brand.
Right.
You're building a brand. And at the end of the day and stuff, that's up to you how you choose and use that brand. So don't sign away your rights to build your brand. And if you have no other option and stuff, whatever, you need to check your resources.
You may not have the option.
And so then don't do the deal.
But if you're thinking about that, we probably wouldn't have no record deals.
Shit. Well, so we have tons of independent artists and stuff coming out of the woodwork.
You only have an independence now within the last
decade.
I wouldn't even say within the last decade. Okay, you have artists that have been trying to do it within the last decade, right?
Right.
How many? We can count probably on our hands how many were successful independently. It caps here, right? If you want to pass here, you need a machine, right? There's only a minute without the machine that's passing here.
Beyond the genre and stuff, because I think you're thinking probably just the hip hop genre and stuff, whatever. Like
okay.
Metallica was independent. U2, they were independent, but they partnered up and stuff, whatever, on the back then type of dealership, like a distribution type of deal,
right?
And all that type of stuff, whatever. Kendrick Lamar and Top Dog and TDE and stuff, whatever, that's independent. That's what I'm saying. There's more of them than what we think.
They're independent they're independent to a certain degree,
right? But then, like I said, to bring it back to the people that can relate to the people, life is not. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate.
Right.
You got to look at these things before you go at these things. You have to understand. It's the same thing. Money or integrity. What you trying to do? We've known your artist to come out today. You know of the war stories of like a Lauryn Hill. If you don't know, research the girl. And if you haven't heard of the other things and stuff, whatever, you know for a fact your publishing and your rights and stuff is what you should always try to keep. If you cannot keep that and stuff in a certain extent, whatever, maybe you have to look at other back channels and stuff before you agree to some things and stuff just to get on. You have to be held accountable for you signing that paperwork. You have to be held accountable for your actions. This is not a pity party time and stuff where you go online and stuff with them. Oh, baby, Kanye. Oh, my God. No, boo-boo. Oh, no. Can't believe they're doing that to you. Fuck that. Hold yourself accountable. Same thing with the cheating thing. You got to hold yourself accountable to something. We're not holding adults accountable to nothing.
All right.
Nothing.
Let's take the argument off of music then.
Go ahead. I told you I don't want to stay. I told you this is a different type of combo.
Let's take the argument off of music then.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You got 10 minutes.
You're a basketball player.
Okay.
Right? You get a contract put in front of you, right?
Yeah.
That says you want to play in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
NBA is the machine, right? Basketball exists without the machine. But if you want to be recognized as a certain level,
Mhm.
doing a certain amount of thing, you got to sign a contract with the machine, right?
Right.
Okay. You give away certain rights for that contract, right? Your likeness, this, that, and the third. NBA makes money off your jersey, this, that, and the third. And that. Now you're saying to yourself, well, screw that. I'm the star of the league, right?
Okay.
The NBA shouldn't be making any type of money off of me. I should be making all that type of money off my jersey, this, that, and the third thing. How do you negotiate that contract as a player? Does the NBA allow you to negotiate that contract as a player?
That's what I'm saying. If you say like you don't need the NBA, that means you shouldn't be playing in the NBA. But if you need, that's what I'm saying.
You need the NBA.
Exactly. But so you still have to build your brand. In those few years before you renegotiate your contract and stuff, you have to build your brand. You're not saying the NBA stuff is going to automatically just be with whatever plan you throw at, whatever, because they're going to negotiate and stuff with what works for them as a business. Of course. And that's the same thing I said in the beginning.
Of course.
If I'm this entity, you're a Kanye and stuff and everything like that, whatever, and I know you're a hip hop icon, or I know you're a basketball icon and this type of thing,
right?
Why would I want to lose you? My goal is to make 100 million. I know you're worth 100 million and stuff, whatever. I'm not going to give you 100 million. It's not going to work for me. I need to do what works for me as a company. So if I'm going to give you 25 mil, fuck it, I'm going to give you 50 mil. I need to know I'm going to be able to make 50 mil back to myself.
Right.
I'm not going to give you a deal that doesn't work well for me. So if you want to come up with a deal that doesn't work well for me, this is where free agency and this is what the nonsense happens.
But you're not going to come up with a deal that doesn't work well with, because at the end of the day,
there's tons of players that play in Euro leagues. There's some players that play across the world. Some of the players and stuff that just coach. Some of the players that just does other things and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying.
But guess what? They are. But where's the notoriety? You don't know those players.
Right, but that's still choice, and they're held accountable for making.
Exactly.
That's what I've been saying.
But I just finished saying.
You took 10 minutes to say all that?
I said you can only go if you're okay with going here,
right?
That's fine. That's fine. But if you need to go above and above that, you either need to sign something ridiculous,
obviously,
give away your rights for it, or be at a level where you can negotiate something properly.
Like I said, life is not what you deserve, it's what you negotiate.
Yeah. And Kanye's a bad businessman.
Bruh.
He's a bad businessman.
15 minutes later, we're right back at the same thing.
But I don't chalk up to bad, because record deals are going to be record deals. Record deals are always going to be record deals.
Yeah, but then that's what I'm saying. You just have to look at what works for you. If he's in the hole and stuff like that, and the man made money where in Adidas, he's co-owner. He made a nice ass Nike deal when he did that and all that type of stuff. The Louis Vuitton shit, the fashion shit, whatever. Right. Won't you say to yourself, let me buy out my contract? Let me buy out some type of things. If they're fucked up like that, where they keep moving the goalposts, then by all means, I understand the stuff, whatever.
I would be saying all of that, but here's the thing.
No, we're not going longer in this Kanye thing.
Here's the thing.
We're not going longer in this Kanye thing. Go ahead.
We look at it, we assume that these people have a certain amount, because we look at it what they're taking in. We're never looking at what they're putting out or what they owe, right? For us to say he's making all these deals, what does it take for him to make all these deals? There's a reason why you have the machine. You have the machine because all the money that you would take to spend to get it popping and moving, you're not spending that. The machine is spending that. You understand?
Okay.
So if you remove the machine, now you're responsible for all of that. So let's say the machine's expenses are
whatever.
Let's say they're 1 million, right?
Okay.
You're good. The machine makes 2 million, the expenses are 1 million.
Do you hear Kanye's album, Life of Pablo? The last track, he's telling you exactly what he took away from Adidas. No one put a gun to his head to tell us the dollar amount.
Right.
Because he was saying like, why are we still buying Jordans? Why is us buying Jordans?
Right.
When Yeezy and stuff, where the Adidas brand and stuff is building like that, where for him to take home 300 mil. He said that.
Okay. With him taking home 300 mil.
No, but you just said he didn't tell. We don't know how much he's taking, or we don't know how much he's bringing.
He can say that,
and that's what I'm saying. We will never know. We will never know. But that's what I'm saying. The thing and stuff is that why are we chasing? You can't have a pity party for an adult. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. Everybody has to be held accountable and stuff, whatever. And if you feel like this deal or this lawyer can help you out and stuff, whatever, it's not only one lawyer on the planet.
No.
So switch up.
Yeah, but you know what? He can switch up and can still be faced with the same thing. It don't matter what the lawyers don't. They can only argue the contracts. They don't put forth the contracts. He can switch up. He can switch up as million times as he wants.
Play this. I was watching the Versus battle with Patti LaBelle. and Gladys Knight, whatever. Salute to the old school folks and stuff that even watched that and everything. It was more for them. The views was kind of low and everything, whatever. And I said to myself when I was watching this thing, I don't hear Gladys Knight dropping. I heard it through the grapevine. And I was like, why didn't Gladys Knight drop that, whatever? Because Marvin Gaye redid it.
Right.
And I was like, let me see if I'm on cocaine. I Googled it.
Right.
She did. Heard it through the grapevine. Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Yeah.
They have her in a bind with a contract.
Okay.
Kind of like the Masters deal and stuff, whatever. So I'm like, that's what I'm saying. There's tons of examples and stuff, whatever, out there.
Right.
When do we hold the people accountable and stuff, whatever? Period. If we do a deal for our podcast and stuff, whatever, and we get raped with no lubrication and stuff, whatever,
Right.
we're gonna turn to the peoples and stuff like, I can't believe they did this to us. When do we? That's what I'm saying.
Nah.
So if we're willing to hold ourselves accountable and stuff for that, why the fuck is he not willing to hold himself accountable?
What is he not holding himself accountable to? See, my whole thing with Kanye and the whole reason why I want to talk about it is because I agree with him 100%. Like as far as a creative, as far as somebody who's in the
music industry,
you should own your own masters. You should be in charge of your own intellectual property.
Why are we giving Kanye so much time? Wrap this shit up.
And you should own your own intellectual property. I'll say that. And at the end of the day, I rather be the owner of it and pass it down to my kids than somebody else to be the owner of it and pass it down to their kids. I agree 100%.
The end. All right.
I agree
Fuck
100%.
you, Kanye. I know I gave you a little salute, but now it's a fuck you because you made this man go that long for all that shit.
Love you, Kanye. Fight the good fight.
Anywho, do the Raptors need Kawhi? I'm about to say call him Kanye now. Got me talking all this Kanye shit.
Nah, they don't need Kawhi.
Fuck, they didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. They could have had him and not go anywhere anyway. Did Kawhi go anywhere?
No.
Okay, so they don't need Kawhi.
I think they needed each other.
You think they needed each other?
I think they definitely needed each other.
You think they could have went somewhere with somebody else?
Hell no.
If they had, let's say, let's see.
You're going with shoulda, woulda, couldas. Remember, they dropped that man a fatter deal here than for him to go take the pay cut to go to thing to get PG.
Yeah.
So
you say they couldn't have gave somebody else a fatter paycheck and reached to the
who was available? Who was available last year? Because you can't shoot no hypothetical. If it was LeBron, no. Who was available?
Who was available last year? Not sure. Not sure.
Yeah.
But to say that they need him, I'm not buying that. Yeah, they didn't go, but guess what? They could have had him and still not gone. He didn't go. Him going to the Clippers did not. And people had Clippers winning it. People had Clippers going to the final. A lot of people had Clippers winning it, going to the final and winning it.
But I wouldn't have Clippers winning and stuff for that because Clippers and stuff for that, like it's a system that wins a ball game.
Of course.
And they don't have a system. Well, you tell me what system do they have?
Listen.
What system does they? Because if anything,
I wasn't the one saying. You had people saying they were hands-on favorites.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying what system did they have in place?
I don't know.
Nothing. And that's what I'm saying. Raptors have a system going on with this Nick Nurse thing and stuff, whatever.
Right.
Why a person like Kyle Lowry and stuff, whatever. Kyle Lowry is a hard worker.
Oh, yeah.
But with the system and stuff, he looks like a superstar. Because the system and stuff kind of works well. And it's the same thing. Kawhi and stuff, whatever. I feel like this was Kawhi's year to prove and stuff, whatever, that he's that guy.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Fire.
If it's a system, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking at the fact that it'd be system over the players, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then why couldn't the Raptors just find somebody else that could do Kawhi's role and plug him into that system? If it's a system that we're looking at and not the individual player, why couldn't they just take somebody else and plug them into that system and then have that success?
But they didn't. Who did they plug in? Nobody. And that's why they didn't have a plug for the system.
Well, it couldn't just be the system then. It would have to be a person, a legitimate person to put in that system.
Right, but a person and stuff would work well with the system.
Right.
If your plan and stuff, whatever, if you need, for your plan to be executed properly, you need 5 players to do X and Y and Z amount of things.
Yeah.
You want these 5 players to hold an individual role and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you're missing one piece and stuff. Why do you still think the same rate of success is gonna happen.
Okay.
It can't happen.
So you say the Clippers didn't have a system at all? No system.
Nah, because I feel like even Doc, before Doc even got there and stuff, whatever, right? Even under the legendary Donald Sterling, my favorite guy in the world. I love that guy.
You like Mr. Sterling?
He took shots at Magic Johnson and stuff, whatever. And his girlfriend and stuff, whatever, is the one who snitched. Not his wife, his girlfriend. When you had the money like that, that's what it was. But when Doc Rivers got there and stuff, whatever, they expected Doc to bring that Boston style that he won a ship with, over there, right. And it goes back to kind of like the KC situation and stuff, whatever. You expect a coach can only do so much.
Yeah.
It's the players that kind of take it to another level and stuff like that, whatever, right? Because some players don't listen to the coaches, some players and stuff do what they want to do, and it kind of kicks in and stuff where everybody has to work in sync to make things happen and stuff like that. They can get past like a round with your players and stuff like that, but a ship or even conference level and stuff, whatever, it's a different kind of dance.
But I mean, there was no need to think that they couldn't do it because prior the year prior when he was playing with Toronto, the Clippers went to the playoffs that last year?
No, I don't think so.
What was their season like? Was it a winning season?
Not really.
It was subpar.
I think it was subpar because I think the last time they went was probably when CP was there a few years back. I think when he was there on the Clippers,
right?
And I think that's when they made it to, I think, like maybe the first round and lost in, like, I think a game 7 and stuff, whatever. I can't remember the who.
Okay.
But
So prior to them to get in there, they were just like a regular degular NBA team.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like they curse. They might be down the starting curse.
Could be. Could be. The pieces that were already over there that we consider would be good glue pieces is Lou Williams was over there. Who else was over there? It's kind of
before
Paul and Kawhi got
Beverly.
Okay, Beverly. So Lou, Beverly. They have a center. Can't remember the center's name.
Jordan. He left. Brooklyn.
Right. Okay. So then you have Kawhi, top 5 player in the league, right? Mm-hmm. George, would you consider George your top 10?
I used to have him high regards until this season, but go ahead.
So he will still say he's a top 10. Even though it's the subpar, we'd still say he's a top 10.
Okay, we'll go with top 10. Okay. For shits and giggles.
So they join, right? So instantly when they join, they push the Clippers stock up here. So people are now putting the Clippers in the conversation, right? They're saying, okay, in the West, the 3 teams they're talking about coming out of the West is Houston, Lakers, and Clippers, right? So they're already in that conversation, right? Season goes by, right? They finished the season, what, 3rd?
About that?
3rd of, no. Did they finish before LA?
No.
So 3rd then.
Yeah.
No, 4th then. Because LA would have been 3rd. I think Toronto finished 2nd.
I think Bucks had a better record than Toronto.
Bucks finished 1st. No?
Yeah, Bucks, Lakers.
So Toronto was 3rd,
yeah,
and then Clippers.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So in that top 4, the top 2 teams from the West, Clippers and Lakers, right? So you thinking that, okay, these guys from the beginning of the season, people have said, hey, they can't lose now with Kawhi there, right?
Okay.
They play a phenomenal season, right? They get into the bubble. Now these are playoff peak, right? Kawhi, this is the time when these guys start to show that they're supposed to show, right? These guys fizzled out like bad firecrackers.
Remember, Toronto was resting him. Toronto was resting. That's part of the system. They were overworking him. They didn't have him out there every night and stuff, whatever, hustling and busting.
But neither the Clippers.
Clippers and stuff, whatever, in the beginning, whatever. They didn't have him like that and stuff, whatever, and like that.
No, and then there was a point where he had to play a stretch because Paul was injured.
Right.
And
that's where it was. That's where it was. And then when the bubble's getting ready to start up and everything like that, whatever, PG was 100. And PG came alive. And then that's when Kawhi's finally got his time steps. Like, okay, some of this weight can get shifted. Because if you're used to Kawhi being on Toronto the year before, dropping at least minimum 20, and now he's dropping like 16 and stuff, whatever, over there, you're starting to see a little difference and stuff there in between everything, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, then you're examining or you're looking at some things. You're like, yo, they working that boy over there. They over there working him because they're like Toronto. There was some games he didn't need to show up, and like they came through.
Yeah. See, I think Toronto didn't necessarily need him. What they did need though was somebody who can command attention.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because here why I say
who was available?
No, but it doesn't even have to be somebody available. Because here why I say that. The game was it game 7 against Boston.
Raptors could have won.
They could have won, but something was shown to me that series that if it had happened at the beginning of the series, I think they would have definitely won, probably within 4 games.
Siakam got cheated on by his girlfriend because she didn't hold herself accountable.
Is that what?
That's what happened. That's the fucking reason why Siakam didn't show up.
They played the
accountability,
the shooting guard, that white dude. I can't remember his name, but he shoots. Right?
Okay,
he's a shooter.
It's kind of racist.
Yeah, white man can't jump; they can shoot.
Oh wow.
Anyway, they put him on the floor. Right. They put him on the floor. The first thing he does is hit a 3.
Yeah.
Right. White man can't jump; they shoot 3s. Right. So now Boston is like, oh shit.
I don't condone this all white dudes about their dunking and stuff, especially that number 1 dunker and stuff out here. But continue.
They like, Boston's like, oh shit. We can't clog the middle now because we now got to go guard the person on the perimeter who shoots. This is the Raptors. This was and leading up to that game, that's what the Raptors' problem was. They were missing shots from the outside, and Boston just said, okay, we'll just clog the middle. And we'll continue to let you make shots from the outside, right? What did that do? That messed up Siakam's game. Because now you had a whole middle clogged up. I have no room to operate. As soon as they started covering Mr. White Man Can't Jump, but I can shoot, the middle was open and Siakam was going in and doing damage. So I'm like, okay, no, you need to give these guys space for them to operate. If you don't have anybody to keep anybody honest on the floor and they can just do their cheating, it's not happening. And that's what Siakam got so much feeling last year because Kawhi was the person who he attracted everybody. So now, if 2 people are guarding Kawhi, Siakam has the world to operate on the floor. He's not being double teamed because you can't double team him and double team Kawhi.
Correct.
Right? So I'm feeling like, yo, if they even had two good perimeter shooters that entire series, where they forced people to have to come out and cover.
That's a shoulda, woulda, coulda, but they
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
So then
but guess what? They wouldn't have need Kawhi.
But they didn't recruit. So that's a Raptors little L right there.
That was an L because they not only did they lose Kawhi, but they lost Danny Green, a shooter, who you would have to cover out on the perimeter.
Danny Green can't shoot for shit.
Well, he couldn't shoot this year.
Can't shoot for shit, okay? Green Ranger my ass. Don't disrespect my Green. Yo, Danny Green, don't disrespect my damn Green Ranger. First and foremost,
he can't shoot.
Green Ranger slap nice to watch Power Rangers. You
year.
need to change your fucking name. I got beef with Danny Green and stuff. For the one that Green Ranger thing, and 2, he came to Toronto and made a shit podcast. We don't make shit podcasts in Toronto.
Did he?
He did.
Did he?
He
did.
did.
I remember his podcast.
So that's a big fuck you. I said it. Fuck you from this side of the tape. I don't know about that side. He might love for you because he said you can shoot, not me.
Yo, Danny, hit me up, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your podcast still going? Hit me up, man.
Yeah.
I'll be a guest on it.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Let's talk about Jimmy Fallon real quick. Jimmy Fallon, he was blackfacing Chris Rock.
No, when did this take? Because this is new to me.
It was a while back.
Okay.
Right? But it's surface and stuff for that. Because, due to these COVID racial times, people are looking for shit to do.
Listen,
and people
man,
are looking for some problems.
Anything will surface now.
And salute to Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock. I think Chris Rock is more a philosopher to me. He's philosophical.
Yeah.
Than a comedian. Because Chris Rock says some shit, whatever, like joke-wise, it'd be like, But the words are powerful and impactful.
But you know what, though? I think I think like the really, really, really good comedians,
Mhm.
I think are deep and philosophical on that.
Right,
level.
but it's delivery that sets them apart.
That
It's
sets
the
them
delivery,
apart.
and that's
Sets
what
them
this is where Chappelle will be suck,
Right.
and Chris Rock is like this in
Right.
my world.
Yeah. No.
It might be other people's world
I
might
get
flip,
that.
but and like
You know
the
who's-
delivery.
You know who's stupid like that to me? George Carlin.
Yeah, George Carlin is a Chris Rock level to me. George Carlin is a Chris,
But just
and then delivery wise, whatever. Like I want to say to Chappelle, I put Schultz and I put Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield, but his delivery was amazing. He's like, I took my wife to the dog show. She won first place. I was like, oh shit. I was like, that's some disrespectful shit.
Yo.
But it's the delivery.
Dangerfield's delivery was.
but and then, yo.
And remember Andrew Dice Clay?
Yeah.
That
That's what I'm
shot,
saying.
some of that shock value deliveries, because I mean, you had the shock value delivery, and then you had the melancholy Jerry Seinfeld, Paul Mooney type delivery. That's
What I'm saying. It's the delivery, man. But
yeah,
because all right, with Chris Rock, one of my favorite Chris Rock things, recent even thing, when I'm like, he don't have it no more. He hit me with it with that. Is it the tambourine? It was something else before they changed the tambourine before it Netflix. But the man said every couple should be coming and going, fucking and going on vacations. And I was like, that's very fucking true. Should be coming and going. And I'm like, and if that's not happening and stuff, whatever, the relationship is in questionable moments.
right.
You have a wife. She's probably like, we haven't been somewhere. I want to go somewhere. And all the above.
Yeah.
You go there, you fuck there.
Yeah.
No further questions. Chris Rock, he took the Jimmy Fallon thing. First of all, I don't think Jimmy Fallon's not that funny. I think his show has the funny things and stuff, whatever. The water thing, the game.
As a comedian, I never really. Okay. Is he does he come from a comedic background?
He does.
He does
stand
up.
He did a stand-up thing before he was recognized at SNL.
Okay.
So he was one of those New Yorkers that did the little comedy circuit and stuff, whatever, back then.
Okay.
And then SNL, and then the rest is history where he is and stuff, whatever now. Bad joke. I just feel like it was a bad joke because I don't think you need to do blackface to impersonate Chris Rock. You know, Chris Rock has that high-pitched voice.
Yeah.
You know, like when he goes into his thing, he's like, what he said? What's the world coming to? He's like, Superman is crippled off a horse. What's next? Aquaman gonna drown in a bathtub? You know that's a Chris Rock type of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I don't think you need to do the blackface on it, whatever. Chris Rock wasn't offended. He just said it's a bad joke.
Yeah.
Black Twitter ain't having that shit.
Listen,
Who should be offended? My question to you is, who should be offended?
I don't think Chris Rock will ever be offended because it's
I didn't say Chris Rock. I said who should be offended.
I'm saying I don't think he'll ever be offended simply because he's a fellow comedian and he understands sometimes in comedy you cross that line. And in crossing that line, a lot of times it doesn't necessarily have to mean any harm is involved. It's just solely from a comedic standpoint, right? So he gets that.
Right.
And I think other comedians would get that. I think us now,
Who's us?
Black Twitter,
Okay.
looking from the outside looking in, who may not share that same type of comedic value, right? Have other things on our mind, putting up with what we see as racist behavior. Something like this pops up now. Oh, for sure, hell, we ain't having it. No, we're not having it. And we're going to let Jimmy have it. 100%.
You're damn right. I was just looking at something like, if Chris Rock isn't offended, who should be offended? Because my thing and stuff is that if it was in a roast,
right?
If it was in a roast and everything like that, whatever, why you as the viewer are feeling offended? He's not talking about you. He's talking about this person and stuff, the person in question and stuff and everything like that, whatever. So why should people, I feel like everybody needs an outlet and stuff like that. And social media has created this outlet and stuff, whatever, for people to go on their rants and raves and everything like that. But if the person in question and stuff isn't offended, why the fuck care? Big issues with
some
pride.
people, man. Some like me for one, I don't get offended at racist jokes.
You don't get offended when people do blackface. We check the tape. We can check the tape.
Listen, man, they ain't talking about me.
I
it ain't
know.
my face.
Let's get to this. I want to talk about this Cardi B thing. I told you, Cardi B, Kanye, and Trumpet, they always find a way to come back, whatever. They have a knack for talent and stuff, whatever.
They should do an album together.
All three?
All three.
Oh, shit.
All three.
Oh, shit. That can break the internet.
You think?
If they let Trump just do the hook?
That's all he needs to do is the hook.
You're onto something. That's ours, by the way, fuckers.
Yeah, that's ours.
That's our thought.
That's ours.
That's our thought.
Hit us up.
That's our thought.
Hit me up, Kanye.
Yeah, he hit his ass up. I ain't fucking with you like that. But yeah, that's our thought.
I got a couple deals for you.
She filed for a divorce.
Right.
Offset, whatever. Is the WAP as good as she says it is? If he keeps on cheating.
Huh? Well, guess what? It could be as good as she says it is. Doesn't stop there from being better WAP out there.
But if it's that good, why is he giving us the opportunity to go sample of the WAP?
You just agreed to motherfucker.
See, I want to.
If you had Cardi B, would you?
Black men don't cheat. Okay, black boys cheat.
Black boys cheat.
Black boys cheat.
Black boys cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
Yeah.
So my thing is that I'm not going nowhere and stuff, whatever. I won't cheat, and even if it's stuff, whatever, I just need a few tips and tricks and stuff, whatever, on like how to handle if I had Cardi.
I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Like, how old is Offset?
I think they're scraping their 30s, both of them.
Both of them just escaping 30s?
Scraping their 30s. I think Cardi's like I think she might be a year on him.
Listen, man, if I was a superstar or a superstar athlete, I ain't getting married.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, it's the hype and the thrill of everything like that, whatever, too. And then much as the limelight situation. Oh, wait, hold on. Offset he's amigo.
Mm-hmm.
Amigo is Spanish. He might be Mexican. He's not black.
You know, he ain't black.
He not black.
He cheat.
He cheating. He cheating. Latino guys, my friend. They got women, my friend.
It's funny because I seen that meme. It said, black men still don't cheat. Offset's part of the Migos. He's Mexican.
He's Mexican, man. He Latino, man. The Latino dudes, they got a lot of women and stuff in the bag.
But what I'm saying is like, you're young. You're young still, right? They're young still, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them, I would say, probably have not reached the levels of success or have tasted this level of success more than 5 years.
Okay.
Right? So
I think the Migos is almost pushing 10.
Okay, 10. So let's say we'll say 10, right?
Because
around Drake. They came on.
Yeah, I'm going Versace.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So let's say 10 years, right? Before that, you was broke, wasn't getting no models, none of this, none of that, right? You have 10 years of this, right? Just foolishness. Just women throwing themselves at you.
Right.
Everywhere you go.
Right.
You say to yourself, I'm gonna get myself married and booed up and get into a relationship, right? Now, you don't get yourself married and booed up to a regular lady who's happy to be housewife, who's happy to be home, that you can come home to.
What's wrong with that?
Hold on. Let me get to it, right? You're gonna get married to another superstar like yourself. Right? Two superstars who have to work for the superstar living. How much quality time could they possibly spend with each other?
You'd be surprised. I mean, you'd be surprised.
But think about it, though.
But that's what I'm saying. You'd be surprised because there was even points and stuff where like Jay and Beyonce and stuff, whatever. Beyonce's on tour. Jay will fly himself out and stuff, whatever, to stay with her and everything like that as well.
But remember what I'm saying, right? How old was Beyonce? How old was Jay? Well, Jay was already transitioning.
Jay has 10 years over Beyonce.
Right. Jay's already transitioning, right? He may have not reached it at the beginning stages of that relationship, but he's already transitioning, right? We're talking about
young guy under his 30s, that's what you're saying?
And how long was Jay courting Beyonce for?
Oh shit. 2001?
It was a good minute he was courting Beyonce for, right?
Right.
Flip it to Offset and Cardi. How long were they an item before they decided we're gonna get married and we're gonna have a child?
Yeah, but I disagree. See, and then see with me and stuff, it's all about chemistry, though.
It is about
It
chemistry.
gives about chemistry, but you're using the time to equate the chemistry, though.
But I'm using time to say, what is it that you really know about that person from what is it that you don't really know about that person? Because you can have great chemistry,
Mhm.
right? But there still could be things about that person you haven't experienced yet.
Facts, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So now you haven't had time to just really, let's say, really know. Let's say it's the infatuation stage that wrapped you all up into this, right?
Right.
And you didn't have time to build. You just got wrapped up.
I'm drowning in the WAP.
Yeah.
I'm drowning in the
You
WAP.
jump in. You know what I mean? We're in love now. That's it now. We're married. We have a child, right?
Mhm.
There's still certain things that we may not know about each other,
Right.
right? We're going through the motions.
Make it seem like we're in a gay relationship
No,
here,
it's-
but go ahead, keep going. I was like, what's
We're
going
going
on?
through all of this now.
I was like,
And now,
you ain't black. You like, you got a WAP? White ass
Offset.
penis? Okay, go ahead.
Offset now,
Mhm.
he's touring. His wife is touring,
Mhm.
right? Offset now, hundreds of women are throwing themselves at him,
Mhm.
right? Men all screaming and shouting, you know what I mean? Shouting down his wife, right?
Right.
He has not reached the level of maturity yet.
You know this how?
We just said black men don't cheat. Black boys cheat.
But these are allegations.
Yeah, they are allegations.
Allegations move faster than investigation.
Yeah, they do. But guess what? He's been caught before, no?
But that was an old video, though. He's
Okay.
been caught once. But
Okay.
the video that was in question.
But even you say, the first time trust is hard, right?
Yeah.
And the first time it's questionable. And we know, even if it doesn't say that,
Mhm.
if it's presented like that, people are gonna say it's that. We know that.
Yeah,
Right?
the court of public people and
Court of
stuff,
public
whatever.
opinion.
Win.
It's gonna win all the time.
Win.
Right?
Right.
I'm just simply saying, listen. From the time you're in a stage like that,
Mhm.
get it out your system, man. If you know at some point you're going to get married and you're gonna settle down and you're gonna have kids, then leave that point to settle down and having kids.
I'm gonna disagree with that, whatever, because I know some grown ass boys, whatever, who are like 40 plus. They out here and stuff, whatever, still cheating on their significant other and everything. They're not men yet. And
But guess what? Would you say they got it out of their system?
if I said they got it out of their system,
Would you say they got it out of their system?
I don't think
they didn't get it out of their system because they're still doing it.
But I don't think those people are meant to be husbands. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. My thing and stuff is that if you still have to worry about getting out your system, you're not ready to be a husband.
Let me see. Let me think about that.
Go ahead. Let that
Let me think
marinate.
about that.
You're not ready to be a husband. Don't try to go assume a title and stuff just because you have the money, you have the stature and
Okay,
stuff for it.
but then it just goes right back to what I'm saying then. Don't get married.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I have no qualms with what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're just trying to work this thing out of your system and get it out your system and stuff, whatever, it can take you 2 years. It can take you 5 years. It can take you 10 years.
And it could take you a lifetime and still
Right.
not get it out of your system.
Right.
But then you know what? If that's the case, then you don't get married.
Right. And some people and stuff, whatever, like I said, it's the investigation aspect and stuff, whatever. Do we have the such and such woman in, brought to the light? No. Maybe later somebody might claim the fame and stuff, whatever,
Right.
for the reason and stuff, whatever. I'm just saying, if the WAP was that popping, I wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, but you know what though? The WAP could be that popping. You not going anywhere. But you're gonna have to have the fortitude to be able to hold that down. It's not like me. It's not like me. Listen, it's not like me and you where you leave your house today.
Speak for yourself.
Listen,
I get offered WAP kind of often now.
yeah.
I'm single.
Okay. If you weren't single,
Right.
right, and you left your house, right,
And I still got offered some WAP.
okay,
Alleged WAP.
Okay.
We don't know if it's really wet.
okay,
Alleged.
right. How often?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're married, right?
Right.
You in the profession that you're in,
Mhm.
right? Doing the work that you do, right?
Mhm.
How often would you say that happens to you?
That what is offered?
Yeah.
Talking monthly. If we go by monthly and stuff, whatever, when I was married, I meant one time I think I was keeping track.
Yeah.
And it was probably like me going out and doing other shit too. Probably like 8 times in 1 month.
8 times in 1 month.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you now put yourself in Offset shoes, right?
Mm-hmm. Multiply that by 100.
Where you wake up in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you look in your DM,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's flooded, right?
With pussy pics.
Right? And then you say, okay, love my wife. Put down the phone. You get up, right? You get a call. Yo, we got the shoot to do today. It's all right. You go to the shoot, right? You get to the shoot. The video vixens are there, right?
Offering you some WAP. Alleged WAP. Alleged.
Yeah, I've said this, that. Offering you some WAP, right?
Mm-hmm.
You say, nah. Right? Yo, next week comes. You gotta go on tour, right? You go to tour. You go to hotel room. You open up your hotel room. You see 2 bitches lying in your hotel room. And they say, oh, the promoter let us in. And you close your door.
You need a new promoter.
And you close your door, right?
Go ahead.
And you walk out and say, I got my wife. This is happening to these guys every single day. And I'm like, if you know you do not have the fortitude to be able to fight that off constantly, I don't think you should be married. I don't. It is just too much temptation for you.
This might be sexist for me to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Fuck it. A good woman makes sure her husband or her man stomach is full and balls are empty.
Yes, I agree.
But Cardi said she don't cook. She said she don't clean.
Yeah,
that's what it said in the song.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it's really
But she said the WAP is why she got the ring.
That's how she got the ring. So I'm like, maybe if you cook, maybe if you clean. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the WAP is that good because I think you might need cooking, cleaning, and that equation too, whatever. And I'm like I said, I don't know. To me, it sounds like a whole bunch of excuses. Like, it's accountability, because I feel like, like, you're right. He has to hold himself accountable. He has to hold himself accountable. So like, I don't feel like I'm good enough of a husband, or I can't be that loyal of a husband because I'm offered alleged WAP every few steps. Open up my social media every few DMs.
And it's not even that he's offered, because I mean, you're right. He could be offered 1,000,001 times, but if he's not ready to say, yo, I'm making this is a commitment that I've made, he's gonna cave to those offers. And he's simply just not ready. He should have not gotten married.
Yeah, he's not husband.
He shouldn't have gotten married.
Not husband material. No. No. So okay. Oh, I do want to say shout out to Cardi. I do want to say shout out to Cardi and stuff like that, because she said she wants to split custody for Culture.
Right.
And she don't want no spousal support. And it's a hand clap, because she's her own machine.
Yeah.
She's making her dollars. I don't know about Dre's wife, though. Nicole Young, though. She want the whole damn shebang, including the damn pasta.
Well, that's because when she leave, she ain't got nothing to fall back on.
She was a lawyer, though.
Was she?
She was a lawyer and stuff, whatever, early in the gate.
Word.
And then...
How old is she now?
Well, they're both up there in their 50s. I think she's a little bit younger than Dre.
Because what I hear is typically lawyers and doctors retire early. So is she at the age that she would, well, maybe not doctors, but lawyers. Is she at the age where she would typically retire?
No, some lawyers keep going.
Yeah, some of the Matlocks. But
not just the Matlocks. They turn into like judges.
Yeah, but majority of the lawyers, they'll take an early retirement.
It depends on what kind of law they were doing,
mm-hmm.
right? So I don't know about. It's not majority though. It just depends on what kind of practice and stuff, whatever.
All right. Well, maybe not majority. The lawyer I spoke to, he said they only practice a certain amount. Once they hit like in the 40s and stuff like that, they retire.
Yeah, because they
made a lot of guap.
They probably made some changes.
They made a lot of guap.
Whatever, right? Yeah, she wants under $2 million a month. You okay with that?
See,
that was you. Fuck it. If that was you, your wife has said she's out, she's sick of your shit, and you made this $800 million like he did with her. Because people always say like he's a billionaire and stuff, whatever, because of the whole Apple deal and the Beats by Dre,
right?
The things he's done and stuff, whatever. It equates to about $800 million.
Okay.
And she said even recently, stuff so earlier this week, whatever, that he still has other money that he's hiding. So that's part of the reason why, like, when everybody's coming after her for about the $2 million a month. She's like, you're only hearing about a fraction of stuff what I'm asking for and stuff and everything. You're hearing about things I'm asking for, but you don't know how much he's really worth and how much he has.
Yeah, but
whatever, right?
And I don't subscribe to that.
I don't subscribe to it because I like the list was kind of wild. Like laundry and cleaning, $10,000 a month. Clothes, $135,000 a month.
Okay, wait. So let me stop you.
Go ahead.
Laundry and cleaning. Okay, first of all,
go ahead.
How much clothes do you wear in a month that require laundry and cleaning, right? Not something you can throw in your washing machine. That requires to go to a laundry and cleaning. And then, how much do you charge per item? I want to know.
Yo, if you live in the Beverly Hills, Malibu area, they might charge a different rate though, boo.
But this is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to make sense of this all because if we're only saying 10,000,
you can't think as regular people.
Right.
Like you said earlier, we have to think.
This is what I'm trying to fathom it, right? Because if we're breaking down the 2 million,
right.
Because maybe it's justified, but she's got to justify it, right? How do you justify 2 million? Because if you're saying in Beverly Hills, the amount of clothes that you clean cost $10,000 a month.
Hold on, but she asked for clothes money though. So clothes money is $135,000 a month. So all the clothes and stuff for her, just throw them away. Save $10,000. Just throw away the clothes.
If you're buying $130,000 of clothes every month, do you really need to
Jesus.
You can throw away the other clothes.
Shit, I need to date her now. Fuck that. I thought.
What else?
Education, tuition and living expenses. I guess she's planning to do some things with schooling soon.
Yeah.
$60,000 a month. I don't even think Harvard's that expensive. So.
Okay.
Harvard a school year might be $1 million. Maybe. And it depends on the course you're taking.
Okay. But at this point, we're still under 5. We're still under 500.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
$900,000. Almost $1 million.
So.
You all right? Like you about to have a stroke. Wait.
So your entertainment budget is bigger than your education budget.
We're going with fast, okay?
Yeah.
You like you're having a stroke over there.
Your entertainment budget is bigger than your education budget.
Yeah, because no one gives a fuck about fucking school. It's all about body. So charitable contributions, $125,000 a month. That's the fucking thing that pissed me off. You want to take my fucking money and give it away to donations and stuff, whatever. What I'm doing for you is a fucking charity already. Relax yourself. Yo.
So she asking for charity donations.
She wants $125,000 a month so she can give away. You're not in a position to be giving away $125,000.
Are you even allowed to ask for money that you're gonna give away?
Jeez, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I just seen the list.
Or is it a situation where you just throw everything out there?
I mean,
and then whatever sticks.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. You gotta make sure it sticks.
Whatever sticks.
Mortgage, $100,000 a month. How the fuck is your entertainment more than your fucking mortgage? Like, that's the part that fucking blows my mind. So you partying that much, but you're not living at home.
At least your mortgage is more than your education.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true. Telephone, cell phone, emails, $20,000 a month. Last time I checked, the top speed for fucking tech savvy, salute the tech savvy, it's not even. My cell phone bill.
I can't get a better service than I have with my cell phone right now. And it don't cost
she's calling Pluto. She's calling Pluto. She has to be calling Pluto. And she said, in all, it's actually over 2.5, but she's willing to lowball.
She just wants the 2.5.
Yeah, under 2. So I'm like, is this not justifiable to you? Consider he's the $800 million man.
But that's an 800. If you break that down over a lifetime, because when you get alimony, that's considered over your lifetime, right?
Is it now?
I don't know. I don't know for sure. Let's look that up.
So different alimonies and stuff, whatever.
Let's look that up. Okay. Because that was one of the things that I was never really sure about. Like, do you pay this alimony to your wife for the rest of your existence, for the rest of her existence? I heard something along, if she gets married again or if she remarries, something happens. Like, you don't have to pay this, that, and the third.
So they tend to arrange it and stuff, whatever, like especially in Ontario.
Yeah.
It's a 1-year dance. Alimony is a 1-year dance. Right? This is in Ontario. We don't know what the state of California might have and stuff, whatever, right? Because they said in the state of California, if it's over 20 years, it's negotiable.
Okay.
And they've been married for 24 years.
Okay.
So it's negotiable.
Right.
Well, you got to throw some job applications to fucking Chick-fil-A or something like that. Like, you can live this high life, but for so long. Just so long.
So
you can have a fucking hot girl summer. You have a hot girl year.
So if we're going by Ontario standards, she's made 24 mil.
Yes. Easy.
You know what? From the 800 mil, 24 mil,
it's a justifiable. Yeah. I can see it.
I can see it.
I can see it.
I can see it. What I was looking at when I asked you for how long, like the duration is, like, yeah, he's worth 800 mil, right? But what does that break down for him monthly for the rest of his life?
Well, his payments.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, they have to tally up all his assets and stuff for his final hurrah.
Right.
Right? Because I want to say that's like cash and assets.
And assets, everything all together.
Because I guess I'm assuming they might liquidate a few houses or something like that to kind of say, I'll live here, she has that, and this is the properties. Everything else will be dissolved, and then you can get assets and, liquidate some stuff, right?
Yeah.
I said a justifiable amount for her or whatever. If he has 800 mil, 100 mil. And you leave me the fuck alone.
Oh, you gave her more.
I would give her more. Because
you gave her more.
Because my thing and stuff is that, like, when it came to Tiger Woods and his wife and everything, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Certain people, I don't feel like they should walk off with so much money. But I feel like, depending on, like, if there's no prenup and stuff, whatever. Like Dre said, there was a prenup, but she said, allegedly, that's the word has been heavy. This was a fucking allegedly. Yeah. Allegedly, ... That's what the fuck we call this damn episode. Allegedly, ... She said, he ripped it up. He's like, babe, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I made you sign this thing in his face.
Right.
They asked Dre and stuff, can he find this prenup and stuff? He said, it's probably lost in the sauce. So everybody's kind of siding with her. Right. Allegedly. Her alleged story. Right? So if we're going to go by no prenup and stuff like that, everything, what's worse? 400 million or 100 million?
100.
100 and walk away and we leave each other alone because our kids are grown.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But monthly, I'm supposed to just shell out Are you dumb?
Like I said.
Are you dumb?
Like I said, man.
Yo, are you dumb?
We don't know how it is in California.
Yeah.
But if he here in Ontario, he made out. Because if he only got to do that for you, that's just 24 mil.
Yo, speaking of relationships.
We were looking to give her 100.
I want to give her 100.
She ain't even getting a quarter.
Speaking of relationships, do you believe in the right person, wrong time?
No.
Why? I said the same thing and stuff, but I got cussed out by a woman and stuff, whatever.
Because if it's the right person, it would never be the wrong time.
So you can feel that this person is right for you.
Right.
And know for a fact that the other people's and stuff that you were with before, they never gave you the same feeling before.
Yeah.
So the person you're with now is right for you.
Yeah.
I agree. But some people and stuff, whatever, like, I'm hearing different type of things and stuff, and I was like, I think you're hung up on the past. Or either his dick is that big, he got that hurricane tongue, or let's say, remix, she has that WAP 2P. WAP 2Ps. You know what? It's fall now. Wet ass pumpkin pie. That's my new WAP. That's my new WAP.
Right person at the wrong time.
Because Dre's wife couldn't be the right person if she's asking for $2 million a fucking month. If she's the right person, like Mackenzie Bezos, he's like, yo, take that half.
I wonder if that's what.
And that was billion, by the way.
I wonder if that's what Erykah Badu was getting at when she was saying, "I see you next lifetime."
Who she was asking for? Who do you think she's asking for?
The song?
Yeah.
I don't know. She went, "What am I supposed to do when I want you in your world? How am I supposed to make you for myself when I'm already somebody else's girl?"
Right.
So that person she's talking about, she's saying possibly is the right person for her, but it can't happen now. I guess I see you next lifetime.
Maybe there'll be
Right
butterflies.
Right person, wrong time.
See? And she had a full song for that shit. So there's people that do believe it then.
Right person, wrong time. Yeah. There's people that believe it.
I asked you this. I know you said you have, you believe in soulmates and stuff there and the multiple soulmates and everything like that. Could it be possible that a person and stuff, whatever, feels like that along the line when it comes to right person, wrong time?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't feel like every soulmate you should be intimate or romantic with. Like, I feel like your soulmate and stuff, whatever, you might have one that you might be on that level with.
Yeah.
And then there's other people and stuff that you could be your wife could not be your soulmate and stuff. Yours, in your case, yeah, y'all kind of align. So I think something might happen and stuff, or you guys probably just grew to that point. But some people, you don't have to be.
No.
You don't have to be. Because I want to say, like, some people, their wife or significant other is not their best friend.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
But they're just happy together and they work well together.
Yeah.
So I feel like even if the person might not be soulmate, that's still not a reason and stuff for you to say wrong time.
Nah. I think, and it's gonna be subjective. I think to the person themselves, in kind of determining that, because again, like I say, if you're the right person, then there'll never be a wrong time. If we're there, there'll never be a wrong time, right? If you're not the right person, then there'll never be a right time.
I had a woman tell me this. I was like, you know what? I shot my shot a little bit after my marriage and stuff failed. And she said, I don't feel like you're ready. I'm like, how the fuck can you tell me how the fuck I feel?
Right.
Whatever, right?
And then you're just rebounding?
Yeah. I guess she must have felt like that, whatever, right? Then a year later, she wants to come shoot her shot. So I said, what's going on here? Was that African me? Am I a joke to you?
Oh, now she just thinks that you're ready.
I'm sorry.
Now it's the next lifetime.
1 fucking year?
It's the next lifetime. She's seen you. I see ya. It's the next lifetime right now, Marv. What you saying? What you saying?
You beautiful woman. If you're hearing this podcast and stuff right now, this is a fuck you.
I see you next lifetime.
No, I ain't seen that shit. I am not your plaything. I could be a dildo. I could be your fuck stick. But I don't know about next lifetime. I'm gonna leave you to Smooth Badu over there. Cause fuck of that shit. Yo, what the hell?
Listen to Marv, man.
Yo.
Give him a shout after the show.
Girl, let's get to the question of the week real quick, man. Let's go to the question of the week.
Has she asked any questions?
Huh?
Has she asked any questions? She submitted any questions?
No.
No? Not to the show, but to you. She probably hit you out with
tons of questions, whatever.
She's trying to figure out that next
One
lifetime.
question she asked me, so I'm not gonna lie to you before we get to the question of the week. She's like, what can I do to prove that we're both in a safe space to be ready for each other? I said, I need you to go to the fucking woods of Canada. I need you to cut off a bear's head. I need you to bring it back to my feet. When you do that, whatever, I know your commitment is real. And she's like, what the fuck? So me, the asshole that I am, solid gold, 24 karat, solid fucking gold. And the asshole that I am, I sent her a clip from the YouTube about the movie Revenant, where that bear raped the fuck out of Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, boo, prep yourself.
Yeah.
I can't afford you to come back to me all mauled off.
Yeah.
Don't know if I want to make you my boo if your shoulder's missing and your face is half gone.
You need shoulders still.
You know what I'm saying? I need you, you know?
Yeah.
What do you want for dinner, you know?
Please
I don't
be
know.
intact.
I don't know.
Please be intact.
You can't do that the same way when you only got one shoulder and stuff to move, right?
Looking like you're coming out of a Thriller villain.
Yeah. Doom, doom. Doom, doom. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo,
Yeah.
I need to make sure we straight.
Yeah.
All right. Question of the week. Could you ever be in a serious relationship with a former porn star?
No.
Why not? You're judging people. How the fuck are you a Podical son and you judge the fuck out of people?
Why am I judging people? Because I said no, I can't be in a relationship.
I'm just throwing fucking heat on your ass. I'm just throwing heat on you. I like to see you squirm at times, you know? I know when I talk about manscaping, you squirm.
No, Marv. I don't want to be in a relationship. There'd be too much pain on my mind, man.
Why? What? They get tested every time?
I know, but what if I'm beating it up and she asks me, whose pussy is this? And then I start remembering all the videos.
Lex Steele?
I seen all the videos I seen her with all.
Whose pussy is this? Lex
Mr.
Steele?
Marcus. Lex Steele.
Mandingo? Wow, so mean. I wouldn't even ask that, whatever, because
No, you're not asking that. You already have it in your head. You go ahead. You don't know what to say. You're like, yo.
I will only feel a type of way if I'm eating her pussy. I will only feel a type of way if I'm eating her pussy and stuff like that. She's like, babe, and like, you know, saying one night she's throwing a little sexy lingerie.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not gonna eat itself. It'll be like, shit, I beg to differ. I seen a DVD with like 600 niggas that got that. So, I mean, just with them going down and stuff like that, I might feel a type of way.
Would you worry about pleasing her?
Yes.
I would. If listen, if I seen in a couple scenes with Mr. Mandingo,
but this used to be her occupation. And she fake it for the check. But I want to. Now she's not getting a check for it now, whatever. And she's just faking it to keep me happy. Dun 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 dun. Like that's my thing. I could, but like I said, I could. It's just that the part I'm worrying about and stuff, whatever, is the pleasing aspect.
Yeah.
Because I think in the back of my mind, I might compare. I'm definitely no Mandingo. I tell you that for a fact, or whatever, right? That's a fucking baby like he has and stuff, whatever. So I'm like, if I see she said I did a scene like that, whatever, then no. But what if she might be a porn star? I seen a porn star and stuff, whatever, and like and it's so funny too. It's so weird. I seen a documentary where she was in love with, I guess, set dude.
Right.
That they're supposed to both go to porn together and stuff, be in porn together and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
They did one scene mainstream, but they never liked him. I guess he couldn't come on cue. I don't know.
Yeah.
But in any case,
he wasn't a shooter.
He wasn't a shooter.
He wasn't a shooter.
Hey, good wordplay.
Yeah.
Well done. He wasn't a shooter. So they kind of just waved him and stuff and everything, like whatever. And after that, all she did was girl on girl scenes. So yes, I can be with a porn star, like a former porn star like that.
Okay. I'm gonna throw this one at you.
Let me see if I can catch it.
You're with her now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything is good. I mean, the relationship is budding there. Everything is great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You lose your job. The money dries up. Y'all is wondering,
I'm not throwing her back in the fray. I'm not throwing her back in the fray.
What if she says, Marv, I can't live like this no more.
OnlyFans, baby. We can do OnlyFans together. I want like a tuxedo mask or a Piper R. Kelly special.
You gonna become Tuxedo Royale?
Yeah, man. Just be there and stuff doing the ones and twos. And she'd be like, back from retirement, bitches, on her bio for her OnlyFans. And it'd be like, now if the people would be like, yo, Marv, your girl's back in the thing, who's shooting the scenes with? I'm like, yo, bills got to be paid. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
You don't know what's going on?
And everything like that, whatever. But they're like, yo, Marv, is that your tattoo we see? Yeah. That's it. All right, let's get to the Ask the Sons. Ask the Sons, sincerely, Shawnee says, my question is why men don't like ultimatums. First of all, just off the gate, This is how we fire it.
Do we really have to answer that question?
Yo, no one likes fucking ultimate. Yeah.
Do we have to answer that question?
No one likes ultimatums and stuff for that. But first and
I don't think
foremost,
it's just a man.
you can't give a woman an ultimatum.
Mm.
I feel like you could. It's more likely a woman can give a man an ultimatum before a man can give a woman an ultimatum. And she'd be like, "It's me or your friends." Clearly, you're gonna choose her.
You don't choose her. You ever watch the episode of Seinfeld? The soup Nazi one?
No. Hold on, bring it back to me. I think I know, but refresh my memory.
The soup Nazi. Wait. No soup for you. You see that one?
Yeah.
All right. Jerry's in the lineup with the girl he's dating.
Mhm.
George is making fun of them because they go, "Ooh,
Yeah.
She goes off on the Snoop Nazi. And she's like, "Fine, we're leaving." And she walks out. She goes, "Come on, Jerry." And Jerry's standing there like, and she walks back and she goes, "Jerry." Jerry's like, "Who are you? I don't know this."
See? She posed an ultimatum to him.
Jerry's like, "Not over this soup."
That's what I'm saying. Women pose ultimatums to men. I think, Sugar, if you're listening, I feel that you shouldn't pose any ultimatums and stuff on the man.
Listen, no.
Real talk.
I'll do one better. If you have to pose an ultimatum to the man, then there's something wrong.
That's true. With you. Something
Yeah.
wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Fuck that. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Next question comes from Nikki. Should a man finish with his woman during a threesome? Absolutely yes, because if she's giving you a fucking threesome and you hope to get more in the future, finish with her.
She got to reap the rewards.
Yeah,
She got to reap the rewards.
Yes, the new visitor stuff is in the mix with her, but I mean,
Yeah.
you choose your positions wisely.
Yeah.
Choose your positions wisely.
Now, more importantly than that,
Mm-hmm.
you better make your woman finish.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because if you don't make her finish,
Ain't no more threesome.
ain't no more than that. Threesome definitely not happening.
Ain't no more threesome.
It definitely not happening.
I know a woman, she told me that she was in a threesome with a woman, and she said, I feel like you have to have bisexual tendencies to be in a threesome and stuff like that. Like two women and a girl.
At least the one of you have to have
One of
sex.
you.
Yeah.
One of you.
Yeah.
Because she said the chick wasn't in it and she wasn't in it, and she said this is how she was eating pussy. She's like,
like a goldfish?
Worse, man. It was like you're licking a lollipop off the ground as it hit the ground. It's like, no. And I'm looking like, you fucking wasted your time.
Yeah. If your girl is not into girls, then you should not be having a threesome.
Facts.
Yeah, you should not be having a threesome.
Facts.
Yeah.
But a woman knows how one wants to be pleased. So that's what I'm saying. If the other one's into it, your girl's not into it, let her go down on your woman. See, it's positioning, baby.
Yeah,
Positioning. Last question comes from Child 92. Is the media creating more black versus white tensions? Abso-fucking-lutely. They can't
100%.
wait to show your ass
100%.
another white person hurting another black person and vice versa. So,
Listen,
yes,
the
powers
news,
that be.
the news itself thrives on negativity. They'll put negativity before they put anything positive because they know most of you out there will be keen to negativity
And
more
fear.
than anything else. So they use that to keep you sucked into the news so they can have you there so they can get those advertising dollars from all the advertisements from the other companies that's paying them for keeping you there.
I agree.
Pretty much.
I think somebody asked me and stuff, whatever, they asked me about what's the scariest movie I ever watched before. I said Deliverance. And then they're looking like, it wasn't scary. It just had the guys getting raped. I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
Scary to me.
Yeah.
They said, what's the most scariest like show besides Deliverance? I'm like, the 11 o'clock news. Like, yo, 11 o'clock news will put some shit on there and it'll fuck with your mental stuff right before you go to bed.
Depressed, man.
Right before you go to bed and stuff, you're like, They're like, and unsolved shooting in your area. You'd be like, the fuck? They're like, oh yeah, don't forget COVID and stuff is in your area.
Wait.
So
I mean, Should we even talk about the serial killer that might be floating around in this? Like that popped up in our news feed, and that just went to a whole nother level.
Media, baby. They creating tension. They just want to create tension, period. Period, with the chick turned to the side with her ass and her legs spelling the P for period. Is that a new thing going on? I see it everywhere. Yeah, I'm like, okay, fuck it, run with it. All right, man, let's hit them off with Associated Sons, and let's slide out this piece.
Man, I had two fire ones, but I'm gonna give you this one this week, and I'll save the one that I originally planned for this week. I'm gonna save that one to next week.
Okay.
So this week's So Says the Sons is: don't let somebody not moving forward hold you back.
So Says the Sons. The sponge on that for me.
Well, a lot of times you have people who are stagnant in a situation, and for someone to be stagnant in a situation and watching them, it's not motivating. So you can't look at them and be motivated to do something for yourself.
True.
Right? And then to flip that around, and they're not going anywhere, so they not might be too happy about that, and see you trying to go somewhere and not be happy about that either.
Misery loves company.
Misery loves company.
And her nickname is Sorrow.
There you go. So don't let nobody not moving forward hold you back.
Cool. Good?
We could.
Okay, folks, once again, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Kanye doesn't. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.